With life returning to a new normal across Canada, many are asking, when will this pandemic end? The world remains on a COVID roller coaster, with cases of the Delta variant climbing in several countries. But here at home, infections have dropped dramatically. Down from a peak of nearly 10,000 cases a day in April to about 300.
I'd love to say it will end this year, but I really don't think so. If we're really lucky, we'll have it under control next year.
He adds, in countries with high vaccination rates like Canada, the pandemic will likely be over sooner. Based on past viruses, experts say there are two likely endings.
One is a biological way of it ending, with the virus changing or becoming less aggressive or vanishing, which has happened.
Identified in 2003, SARS was one of the most recent viruses to simply vanish on its own, while smallpox is the only human disease that's ever been eradicated. But this pandemic will likely end differently.
The other is a social ending, where the death rate is not in excess of what has been expected, and people just collectively decide that what remains can be lived with or managed.
In other words, as more people become protected from this coronavirus through vaccination or natural infection, the disease will become less severe.
Hopefully we're entering that shift into a kind of endemic mode where we have low levels of COVID, it's around, but it doesn't, because we have so much immunity in the population, we don't threaten the healthcare system.
This coronavirus could be like the flu. Better yet, if the infection remains mild in children and they develop immunity, when they're older, the virus may just cause a cold. However this pandemic ends, experts say vaccines are key.
So why aren't we sharing? Because that for me is the big problem we have right now.
Because even if Canadians exit the pandemic roller coaster this year, a new variant could turn the world upside down. Christine Birak, CBC News, Toronto.